And Phil Kogan back in Nampa, Idaho at the SkyStar Aircraft Corporation, where they build planes the new-fashioned way. Phil?
Yeah, Tom, you know what this does, this company, what it does is it makes the thrill of aviation slightly more affordable. If you have a look at this plane up here, Tom, this is the very first plane that this company made some 12 years ago. And since then, they've sold 2,500 units around the world. And in the last hour, I showed you how they build the structure. They send you all the pieces, and what you do is you put in your own time. You put the tires on, you put the seats in, you put the whole plane together, and after 800 hours, Tom, it's a big hobby, you end up with a finished plane like this right here. They're beautiful planes. They're made with fabric. And the good thing about this particular model, they have a number of different models, is the fact that this one folds up. And if you could fold those wings up, Tom, the good thing about this is that you could tow this behind your truck. It's only 8 feet wide, so it meets the specs for going on the motorway. And you can go out and drag it off to some favorite location and go flying. Tom,
or you could fly
about yeah, you can fly wherever you go.
Yeah.
You could, but you see, you know, you live in the cities and things, or you put that in your garage or whatever. Bob, you always ask the difficult questions, don't you? Anyway, the 800 hours that we were talking about, a lot of it, a third of it, is to putting the fabric on right here, and I'm with Skip. And Skip, could you tell Tom about the process of putting the fabric on?
Right, this is a date ground fabric, and the first procedure you do is cut it out roughly to shape and then stick it to the structure, and you're going to do some trimming here to trim it to shape.
Okay, and Tom, once you do stick it on, you can see this fabric isn't very tight right here. It's very slack, so they have to tighten it up, and they just do that with a home iron.
Right, this is a household iron, and you just pass it over the fabric like this, and as you can see, all of the slackness comes out, and it becomes...
It tightens it right up. Yeah, Tom?
Can you also have your plane dry clean?
You can, but it's a little more expensive than just the straight ironing.
Yeah.
Tom, they need to protect the fabric over here as well, and they have a couple of things that they do. They put on this undercoat right here, which is kind of an adhesive paint. Then they put on some undercoat, and then you end up with an enamel, and that gives you a lot of flexibility with the fabric?
That's right. It's a protection and keeps the weather off, too. And you also have to keep the ultraviolet off the fabric. And
make some nice drums as well, Skip. Yeah. Thanks very much. All right, now you can buy a few attachments to put on your plane as well, Tom. You remember we were in Alaska? 1 in 47 people have a pilot's license up in Alaska, and they get around with float planes like these. They sell a lot of their planes to people in Alaska, so you can buy those floats. They have all the attachment fittings on the plane when you buy it, which is very good. Sorry about the sun here. It's very bright.
That's okay.
And Tom, the structure of the plane itself varies. The cost varies from about $11,000 to $15,000. Where the price varies is what you put inside the plane in terms of the instruments, and the other variable is to do with the powerhouse out the front here, the engine. You can spend anywhere from $6,000 to $16,000 on an engine. We've got a couple of guys up in the air. I'll see if I can call them in. Got a nice moon out right now. Are our pilots around somewhere, guys?
As you look for them, Phil, it's interesting.
All right, here we go.
Interesting to get a quick look at that control panel, because we're so used to seeing all the multitudes of dials and switches in a commercial airliner. There's really not much there that you need to know.
That's right, and they were just saying that you can get away with just a radio and a GPS unit, which is a global positioning system. Here's one of the planes coming in right now. Tom, I get you to come over here. Tom is director of sales here, and Tom, what do you think is great about your company, and what does it provide for people?
But the great thing is it puts people back into aviation. It makes it fun, it's affordable, it's a fantastic project putting one of these together. And whether somebody's been a commercial pilot, a military aviator, flying a kit box is a great time. They'll have fun with it. Like you did yesterday, didn't you, Phil?
Yes,
absolutely.
They're good.
Have you got Bob flying there again?
Yeah. Yep.
You have?
Dive! Dive!
Yankee dog.
Okay, Tom?
All right, Phil.
Goodbye to you, and Bob, safe flying.
All right. Bob doing his own reenactment of 12 o'clock high as we take a quick break. We'll be right back.